the North Carolina Tar Heels. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe down on the sidelines, and Holly, a little familiarity in this one.
Guys, this crowd is electric. He loves how his team has come out and dominated in the conference so far this season, but he understands the road gets even harder now. He's talked to his team about getting off to a fast start, that's important to set the tone here today. They want to keep that undefeated streak alive in conference play, but it all begins right now. We'll see if they can do it against a very tough opponent. Guys?
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. So North Carolina's offense will have the football first. And here comes Dylan Raiola. More than 300 yards passing and a couple of touchdowns last time out. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Young. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Tar Heels with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Red pass, it's complete. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Third down, and they'll need 2 on this initial drive of the game. To the ground to try to move the chains. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And I think on that last run play on third down here early in the game, they're making a statement that we believe we're the more physical team and we're going to run the football even if you know it's coming at you. Nice job. They've got the ball at midfield. I expect to see more run plays coming up.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Motion from the back. Here's Raiola to throw. Looking for a big play. That pass is intercepted, but he's out of bounds, so it'll go down as an incompletion and a stroke of good luck for the quarterback.
Oh, man, the coach might want to think about putting this defender on offense. He almost dragged his toe in bounds. That was almost an interception. Nice job.
It'll be 3rd and long. They're in the gun. Here's Dylan Ryers to the right. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. That was not on the opening script of plays. The turnover as the defense makes a play early.
That is the perfect start for a defense that has really struggled against the pass this season. They're in the bottom portion, okay? Have struggled, but opening drive, making a statement. Maybe this creates some momentum. Maybe this turns the tide for this defense.
This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Back to pass, it's Lacey. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. Looking to fire. Catch in the middle, it's McGuire. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Fires to the wideout. On target to the left. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move. Goal from the 8.
Well, that's a nice job on third down there. They come into this game as the underdog, obviously, but you got to love the way they've started this one, David. Defense gets a takeaway on the opening possession. Now your first third down offensively, you're able to move the sticks. Really seems like this team is focused and dialed in.
And something good happening early in this football game gives you the momentum. As the underdog, you want to see those good plays early, right? To believe that everybody on the sideline now knows they got some juice, things going the right way. Let's see if they can keep this momentum going on offense.
Using the quick game. Could not make his way to the corner.
You know, I think that's a play the quarterback would like to have back. I'm not sure that's exactly who the ball was intended for. He had another open target on the other side of the field that he just missed.
On third and goal, they'll try to throw it in. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. For a down. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And so the Tar Heel offense makes its way onto the field to start the drive. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. On the move, it's Young. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. It's pretty obvious what's at stake here, guys. A top 10 matchup, winner, good shot at the playoff, and the loser is probably going to need some help.
Yeah, so further cementing your resume, making that exclamation point on the schedule, giving that committee something to look at and go, here's a top 10 win. This is a big deal for my schedule. Big proving moment.
And that's why you play football for one of these two programs, for games like this, for the opportunity to reach the college football playoff. You knew these two teams were on a collision course. That's the opportunity ahead of you to go get it done in front of a lot of eyeballs watching.
Coaches look at this stat every single.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Raiola to throw for it on 4th. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. This offense has it with really good field position. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Pulls it in, it's Gilbert. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Short completion on 1st down, and here comes 2nd and 8. Looking to throw, it's Lacy. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. The Hurricanes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. In the red area, it's McGuire. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Hurricanes! The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
And he added the extra point. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. North Carolina's offense comes onto the field ready to start the drive. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David. Yeah. Looking to take a shot. Makes the catch down the right side. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
And your number one goal when you blitz is to get to the quarterback, make him feel uncomfortable. And they didn't do it. They didn't get home. Quarterback had a little bit too much time. You could tell, felt too comfortable. Didn't even get a hit on him.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Here's Raiola to throw. Fires to the wideout. He's lucky that was a linebacker, not great hands. It's incomplete.
I don't even know if the offense is aware that they have other eligible targets downfield. It feels like every single throw early in this game has gone this guy's way.
Throws to the wideout. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. And the Tar Heels are moving quickly down the field. Wide receiver going in motion. He's got some room, headed to the goal line, and he'll take it in. And
This offense needed a big play, and that is the guy that they need to go to help create a spark on offense. Awesome job.
And the extra point splits the uprights. On the run from inside his own 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. To the air, it's Lacy. And the pass falls incomplete, and we are through one quarter. First play of the period will be a second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Going for it all. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. Touchdown, Miami! Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
Well, we know, David, talking to the coaches before the game, they wanted to get this guy involved. Weren't able to do it early, but they saw the matchup, took advantage of his speed, and it's a long touchdown.
Yeah, and sometimes it takes a minute to figure out what the defense is doing, but then now you figure it out, and now you go to your go-to guy. He has all the speed, man. He can win outside. You want to play man-to-man coverage on him? You want to leave him on an island? It's not going to turn out well.
The North Carolina offense returns to the field. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Line getting set on second down. Throwing Raiola. Under fire. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable and run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
Unloads to the wideout. Connection to the right. Such a big part to convert these third downs, and they've got it at the 42.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. They'll give it to him again. At the end of that last play, there is a Tar Heel down on the field and shaken up. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Running inside, it's Young. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice a safety and try to get more hats close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down, because the RPO game's been a problem.
Raiola finds his man. It's Farrell. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today.
Yeah, dang right. How much implications down the road does this have? But how about you get an idea of exactly where you stand right in the middle of the season, playoffs down the road, make your statement here today.
Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1. Despite failing earlier on 4th down, they will try again here. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert and keep this drive going. The Tar Heels pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. And the field goal unit is on the field. Absolutely perfect. They're back to within a touchdown. 17-10 is the score. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Gonna run it. It's Cummings. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. And run inside. It's McGuire. He's there to make the stop.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half. He's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
And the running game has gone in the wrong direction. The offense tries to turn it around and go forward on third down. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. And the Hurricanes will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll field the punt and take it back. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oaks. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. And to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Tight end now in motion. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Young. Maybe some room here. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Tar Heels. Looking for the tie with the extra point. And right down the middle. And after the extra point was good, it's even Steven here in the second quarter. And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch with this.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And that's what I like most about this defense. When you try to take shots and make big plays, they get to the quarterback. They get him on the ground. Their 3rd sack of the day. And this is a unit that ranks in the top 10 in sacks in the country.
They'll stop him short of the first down. It brings up 4th, but the defense doesn't have any timeouts and can't stop the clock. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. The kick is on its way. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. the Tar Heels will kick it away to crank up the second half. Out of the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think his play...
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
All right, this offense needs to come up with a solution for this defensive
down marker. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
And the Canes decide to punt it away. Wants to bring it back. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. And so the Tar Heel offense makes its way onto the field to start the drive. Running inside, it's Young. He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats.
Makes the grab in their space. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. The Tar Heels right after the huge play through the air back to the line. Looking for a gap. It's Young. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Nice job by the defense. A lot of times offenses want time to mesh that RPO and read it. Nah, the defense got in there so fast, they didn't give him an option. Got the nice tackle for a loss, putting the offense.
Breaks into the open. Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8.
You could tell he saw that grass open up, and he was not handing that football off. He was taking it himself. His eyes got enormous, chewed up the big...
Got it! Touchdown, UNC! And that one will put him up here in the second half.
And the passing game paying dividends right now for this offense. They just had a big play through the air to get him down in the situation. So let the quarterback deal. Great job reading coverage. He found his open target. Accurate throw in 2 plays through the air, and they've got 6 points on the board.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Canes offense comes onto the field looking to put together a drive. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Caught in the backfield. It's Bohannon. On the move at the 30. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Looking downfield, it's Lacy. Finds his man, it's McGuire. Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll move the wide receiver. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver, different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
And the third down pass is incomplete. And the Canes will line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And that one will find its way into the end zone for a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. The run inside. It's Davis. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Here's Raiola to throw. Oh, they're after him. Makes the catch. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Passing game kept the drive moving. Here's first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Nice move there. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And the Tar Heels with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Pulls and fires complete to the right. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. When you play receiver for this guy, you better be ready to catch the football. He spread it all over the place through the first 3 periods. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Wants to adjust the pattern. Here's Raiola to throw. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
Well, the cornerback wasn't fooled that time. He was squatting on the out route, and because of that, he was able to transition, break on the ball, and knock it away.
Caught behind the line. It's Farrell. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. Training staff checking out this junior defensive tackle. We hope this is not serious, and he gets back in the fray shortly. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Play action with Raiola. On the move to his left. On the run, fires downfield. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much. The Tar Heels will punt it away on 4th down. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Give to the running back. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Just a short pass to the tight end. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. The Canes will bring the punt team onto the field. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Hauls it in and looking upfield. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. North Carolina's offense comes onto the field ready to start the drive. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
And the Tar Heels come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Motion from the wide receiver. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Murphy. He gets it so close to that imaginary yellow line, but I think he's going to be just a tad short. They leave the offense on the field on this 4th and short from the 40. Trying to keep the drive alive. Here's a little room there. He He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. The Tar Heels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll go to the counter. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances, and that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
They're dealing with a second and long. A 3-yard gain there. It'll be 3rd and 7. So Miami signals for a timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Knocked away, incomplete in the end zone. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And it's gone! And that will extend their lead even further.
In an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing. Good decision by the head coach here in the 4th quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a 2-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. The sure hands, it's Upshaw. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. The Hurricanes will hustle to the line. Back to throw, it's Lacy. He's going to let one fly down the middle. It's caught. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. He goes right back to the air. Grabbed over the middle. It's Gilbert. And he's stopped, but not before he moves the chains. Pickup of 12 on that one. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. It's one thing to get that huge play. Now you got to cash it in with 6. 1st and 10 from the 24. Finds the tight end.
And that's exactly what this defense needs to do. The clock is your friend. Try to keep them in bounds. No big plays, and let that clock just tick.
It's complete to the right. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. They just keep firing. He'll throw it. He's got it on the run. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. From the gun, looking for a man. Here's a heat. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Back to pass. Slips through his hands and incomplete, and they had everything set up for the screen except the catch. A touchdown here on 3rd and goal really ratchets up the game pressure. The play-action fake. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And he got it! And now it's a 1-possession game.
Nice job making that field goal. You're down a possession here late in the game. You've got 2 timeouts in your back pocket. Do you trust your defense to be able to go out, get a stop, and get you the football back for one final shot? We're going to see.
The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive. Reese, productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage. You're probably getting blitzed. It's going to be into a small window. It is not easy to execute in this situation of the game.
Throwing Raiola. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. The Hurricanes will call their 3rd timeout. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the 4th quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at, and I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.